All right, testing. How is everyone today? Can you guys hear me okay? And then we need to get, I think I have a mic for you, Valeria. I think it's right there. Yeah, you have to go around those little drives and that should reach. I think it's good. Yeah, that'll reach. It's got that little thing. Cool. All right, so we'll do a sound check on me and sound check if you guys can hear Valeria okay. Can you guys hear us okay? Where's our chat?
Hello.
Can you hear Valeria? Type Valeria if you can hear her. I think I have it. Okay, cool. So the microphone's on, so that's good. And then let me see about this here. That over a little bit. There we go. Should be working. That's better. Okay. And I think, should we zoom in? Not sure. There we go. Cool. Okay. You guys should see us, hear us. Everything should be good. Welcome to the 7-Day Blog Challenge. This is Valeria. If you haven't met Valeria yet, she has been our site designer for several months here. She's doing all kinds of stuff with WordPress, AI, Canva, and plugins, and what else we got going? We got a lot of stuff.
Everything.
Everything, pretty much everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through a challenge with Valeria and myself where we're going to set up blogs from scratch and walk you through the process. So whether you have a high ticket niche already, whether you're starting a new blog, whether you don't know what you're doing and you just want to make money online, this is going to be a very, very good challenge that you can go through. You can also promote it. We're going to be doing this on Facebook and everything like that as well. To give you guys an overview of how this works in the age of AI, how you can set up a blog and build it. Because I know a lot of people, they're like, blogging, isn't that like 2008? Does that still work? Do people still make money with this stuff? And that's what we're going to go through and kind of show you like, what are the pitfalls? What are the things that work well? What is the fastest process to go from zero to making profit online? And with Valeria, let me ask you a couple questions, Valeria. When you started with blogging, I know it was kind of like a daunting task. It's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Like, how does all this stuff work?
Yeah.
And you had never done blogging before here.
No.
Okay. Any website setting up, anything like that before?
Like high school.
Okay, so like
yeah.
Facebook or something.
Yeah.
Although Facebook's for old guys like me. I think it was the TikTok and all that is the new stuff. But it is a great way to get customers and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through it. And you found when we systemize the process, when you first started learning blogging, a scale of 1 to 100, 100 is, oh my gosh, this is hard. I'm never going to learn it. Versus now, what did that look like?
When I start, I would say 20.
Like a 20? Okay.
Yeah.
So you were confident.
I know that I can learn about it.
Good. And I like that. How many of you guys you struggle with that attitude? Sometimes I do. Like, I'm like, can I learn this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will take a long time or maybe just a little bit of time, but you can learn. It's not impossible.
Yeah. And it's not super difficult if you follow the path. I think a lot of people, like the frustrations we have is like, oh, you got a different hosting account. While that might be simple and seem easy, having the one we use makes it so much faster because it's a set system. It's like if I was going to teach you how to fix a car.
Yeah, and we can solve the problem faster.
Exactly.
If we have the same hosting.
Yes, and it's kind of like a car. Like if you're going to fix a car, and I try to teach you generically how to fix a car, that's going to be a lot more difficult for you to figure it out than if I'm like, hey, here's how to fix a Dodge Ram 1992 8-cylinder. Right?
Yeah, that way we are in the same page.
Yes, in the same page. So if you like that type same page, if you're like, okay, yeah, we need to be on the same page. We need to get this stuff working and really get rid of the things that don't push us forward. Because I know a lot of people, they struggle with, oh, I need to make my theme look good on a phone. And they'll spend 6 weeks making their theme look good on a phone and they don't have any people on phones looking at their site, so it's completely pointless. That's where with this 7-day thing, we need to look at it. Like Robin says, she's having trouble with traffic. And when you have that, it's like, okay, well, then that's all you need to focus on. we need to focus on solving the problems and spending the time in what we're doing in a very specific way. So that's what the 7-day challenge is about. And if you're excited about it, type a 7 in the box. What we're going to be doing is going line by line of what are the things we do on a daily basis? How do we set them up? What do we ignore? Because what you ignore in business is just as important as what you pay attention to, because you got to look at that and understand like everything's coming at you all the time. And when you are on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all these things, there's so many different things telling you what to do. And as a business owner, it is your job to figure this out. And this is something I talk to people who are here all the time where, you know, it's like, okay, running a business, you have to look at getting rid of the waste, looking at the cash flow, and focusing on what actually works rather than, okay, what's good, what's fair, what works, what makes sense. Because sometimes in business, stuff doesn't make sense. Like I got the pet rock up there. By all business classes, the pet rock should have failed as a business, yet it made a lot. Why? Well, we have to look at those things and we have to understand what works. So I want you guys to commit to being able to say, okay, I'm going to weed out the things I don't want and I'm going to look at what I do want. Now, in preparation for this challenge, I went through and asked Valeria to come up with a couple of domains. Now, I know we had some pre-order ones we'll look at, or what do we call those? Pre-sale domains, or some domains we built ahead of time before people actually bought them so that we could see what's going on. Pre-order, there we go. That was the word I was looking for. And what we're going to do is look at how they look. So when we look at pre-order ones and some of the ones, what we're going to do is we're going to look at two ideas. One of the ones Valeria chose, I don't think it had much in Ahrefs at all. The pin.
I didn't check.
Okay, what was it? Pinterest? Pins grow. So for Pins grow, this has nothing in AI, nothing really, and had a little bit of history. So a tad bit. And this is where we're going to look at the head start method. How many of you guys are tired of not having a head start? And you're like, I'm struggling. I need something to push me further ahead in where I want to be. And that's what we're going to go through here. So on this one, what we're going to do is we're going to look at our Ahrefs and kind of see, okay, what did this rank for? What kind of overview was this site? And this one, let's see here, we have how to delete messages on Pinterest, how to clear out Pinterest feed, dangers of using. So it's all about like how to use Pinterest. And I mean, it's not like a zinger or anything. I think it is a good name because we're able to use pins, but not step on the trademark. So that's kind of cool.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you think that it will be a good idea to change the topic? Like, yeah, like maybe how to create a good account on Pinterest or something. In that case, that we're gonna have a lot of background.
Yeah, so like, as long as it's in the Pinterest, yes. But would I change topic to like how to garden? No.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but stay in Pinterest, yes. So that's what we call the pivot. And we're going to talk about that in the 7-day challenge, where we take a site, we look at what it had. And are you guys seeing the Ahrefs? Let me know if you guys see the Ahrefs on your screen. Okay, cool. So what we do is we position it with what it had. And a lot of times what people will do is they'll look at the Wayback Machine. And on the Wayback Machine, this is a tool that will show you what a site looked like back in time. So it's like the back in time machine, where we go here and then you can kind of see, okay, well, what did it look like back in 2020, which is when it had the rankings here. So we can even look at it in 2023 and get an overview of like, oh, this is when it had all the content on it. What did this site actually look like? And I'm guessing by the name of the site, it was probably like an agency that helped you grow on Pinterest. I'm thinking, is that what you were thinking too?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Because most of our clients, they have a domain about one specific niche, but they want to maybe change the topic or the main topics of the site.
Like a pivot.
So the question is that it's a good idea to do, or when is a good idea to do that, or
So that's an excellent question. What we're going to do is we're going to take this and build it as it was. So we want to make sure that all of the link structure still works. So we're going to look at these, and then we're also going to look at like about us. So you can see down here, I'll make it big. Down here, okay, of course that doesn't get bigger. But if we were to copy this here and say, okay, pins grow about us, that'll kind of get us a sitemap. There are some resources where you can download a sitemap. So if you have a site that you really, really like, and you're like, I want to build this up, you can actually use, there's a service that's like $20, and it'll download the site exactly like it was at a certain date. Mm. So what I would do is pick the date where it has like the most rankings, the most stuff on it. Or you could also do Manus AI. Manus AI is fantastic. I think it's a great tool. What we can do is say, grab the sitemap from this site as it was in Wayback Machine. And it should grab the sitemap here, and then it'll give us the links to build. So really simple. We want to go through and want to build it as close to what it was as possible before we pivot, because that's going to show Google, hey, this site's still taken care of. People still care about it. And usually doing that, you will bounce back fairly quickly. So once we get something like Pinterest Grow, we should be able to get how to reset Pinterest feed. Like that ranking should pop back as soon as we put content on this one. So that's what we're going to look at here. And it might pop back where it was, like number 8 or higher. It might be lower, or it might be even better. So it just depends on what we're looking at. And then like we can see here, PinterestSolution.com, which leads me to believe, if this is not owned by Pinterest, which it is not, leads me to believe that they don't care about people using the word Pinterest in domains. Does that mean I would do it? No, I'm going to stick to just pin because that's a little safer than stepping on the Pinterest trademark, but that is one that's good. So what we do first and foremost is we want to start with a domain and an idea that gives us a vision. So like right now, when you look at this site, Valeria, what did you see? What attracted you to this, and what did you visualize?
I visualize the site as where you can find resource or tips or information about how to grow your own Pinterest account. As a business Pinterest account. Yeah,
so like an informational site about growing Pinterest, posting on Pinterest, getting business on Pinterest, traffic.
Yeah, from beginners to experts.
Beginners to experts. So like a whole gamut of that.
Yeah.
So in that case, what I would do, if this was my site, I would find competitors. So I do like how to grow on Pinterest. I could use the how to reset, but I don't know if this is all over the place. It might be. It looks like a Pinterest. Yeah, this is all over the place. I'm going to throw it in there just because I think we should, just to see what's going on, just because it's a competitor. So now we'll go through, look at some others. So we have Reddit. We have Tidy with Spark /Pinterest. We could use that. I'm looking for specific, like...
I would say on Pinterest, like pins about how to grow.
Okay.
And see another blogs.
See other blogs. Yes. Okay, so let's do Pinterest. And if you guys are digging this, let us know. I think this is going to be a very good asset for you guys. And I think having Valeria here is going to help us look at some of the struggles that you guys have and how we think about things differently, because I think that'll help. Let's do, what is going on, Pinterest? Let's go here. Close. Okay, we don't want to. Do we want to log in? I don't know. Go away. Log in.
Oh.
It's like, okay. That's being funny. We'll get to that in just a minute. And I'll show you a back door to using that too, which the back door would be go into Ahrefs, go to Pinterest.com. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the keywords and I'm going to isolate it by like how to grow on Pinterest, because then you'll see the stuff that ranks and it'll kind of give you like an overview of what's actually working. Because Pinterest is kind of hush-hush on the views that each pin gets, which makes it hard because you see a channel that's big and then it's like, okay, is it actually that good? But this will help you as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Pinterest solution. He's okay, not really much going on there. We can also look at Tidy with Spark Pinterest growth. I'm going to see if she's mainly talking about Pinterest. Tidy mine? No. So she's talking about like tidy your house. But she does have a Pinterest angle. So here, let's go volume. Take a look at what this would look like. Pinterest photo downloader, Pinterest image. Nothing really that good. Not for Pinterest growth or Pinterest business stuff. So let's kind of tweak down here. How to get followers, how to grow. That's more what we want. Let's see how they looked back here. Because when doing competitive reports, it doesn't matter if they're now or back then. We just want the keywords. Pinterest account, Pinterest growth strategy. So this could be a good keyword to use. And if we can find agencies or people doing that, what we're going to do is look for their keywords and see if it's like a viable, could we actually make money with it? Okay, this one grew pretty quickly. One page, decent traffic. Let's see what their keywords look like. Pinterest. So this is what we'd want, this kind of stuff here. Now, when looking at this is a high profit margin. Like if you get people to sign up for a done for you Pinterest service, that's some big bucks. So this could be a really good one. Pinterest strategy, Pinterest growth. I would go ahead and export this keyword list and start looking at that. So now we're thinking, okay, we got this domain. It's looking good. It's got some good keywords we could use. It had some rankings, which is good. That's giving us a head start. Business versus personal. So it does have some decent things. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up and think about, okay, where would we want to take this? What would we want to do? It's all about visualizing what is the value of this thing we're building, right? This is where it's really important. So we'll go to GoDaddy appraisal tool. Hopefully it'll work today. Look at pinsgrow.com. 1,300, around 2,000 on the estimates. Looks like a pretty good name. So overall, how many of you guys are like, okay, I see where you're going with this. You're building a Pinterest business, growing business. Okay, let me know if you guys see that. And that's pretty clear to you. I mean, you get the idea. And usually when we have the domains, you're usually getting the idea, right?
With the name of the domain?
Yeah, like if I go through and I look at domains that we have on our site.
Oh, yeah.
And I say like, let's pick a random one. Let's go to Zinger. And let's say I have 3D printing ratings. Like, how would you know what that's about? Or would you Ahrefs?
So, but sometimes I have problems with that because some domains has a new word that I don't know in English.
Okay.
But
So,
most of the domains are pretty clear.
got it. So like this one, it's about 3D printers.
Yeah, 3D print. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And usually Ahrefs will help you understand because it gives you an idea. Okay. And then also Wayback Machine, which I don't think I ever taught you about Wayback Machine before, have I?
Not too much.
Okay. So this is one that can help as well if you get stuck on, hey, what's this domain about? We can go through here. Now, what we're doing right now at the get-go is we are kind of hacking the niche finding process by getting a head start where we want to go, right? Because like if you start and you're like, oh, I'm just going to start with, how to cook an alligator, which you shouldn't, they don't taste very good. But if that's the one you were going for, you would have to look at like, okay, how am I going to get traffic for this? What am I going to do with this? What does the niche look like? What am I going to sell? Where having that domain and picking that niche first is one, going to give you something that'll rank quicker. And two, it'll give you something to look at where I could go through and be like, oh, hey, what does this look at? Or what does it look like? Or whatever it is. And you can kind of see from the reports, okay, here's a baseline. So in this instance, I would have to get a bunch of pages up. and try to rank for these different terms related to 3D printers. Or say you had like this one, aquarium inside. I mean, that's, to me, it's kind of obvious. Does everyone else get it? Does that make sense to you? Yeah, like fish aquarium.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Pretty easy. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. And again, this gives you a head start where it's like, okay, if I put content on it, it should rank pretty quick. And you've seen the ones you build, right?
What are the keywords for the site?
So this one is best planted aquarium light. How do this kind of fish breed? Is this an aquarium good or bad? So all kinds of things. How to tell if your pleco is stressed. So if your fish is stressed out.
But it's a general domain. We can use that domain for another topics, right?
Yes, but I would stick to aquarium equipment, taking care of fish. Yeah. And this is a fun one too, because I bought this because I used to have a site about, do you ever see those little fighter fish? They're little, they're like mean fish, I guess. They're beta fish. And I had a site years ago about these beta fish. And they get mad. I remember my uncle had one, and if you put a mirror in front of the cage, he would like start fights with himself. He was mean. And people love these fish. And so I started a channel or a blog about them years ago when I first started. And I was able to get a bunch of traffic. We made a bunch of sales for it. But that's the idea, is like, okay, aquarium stuff. And looking at that higher market of, okay, these people are looking for aquariums, or maybe artificial turf. We talked about this one on Fridays or Thursdays call, where it's like, okay, what about like fake grass? Again, starting with something that had traffic is going to help you. And you guys have seen me do this with Economics Explainer. This was for economics type stuff. And what you'll see is the site does good. For whatever reason, it drops off. And then when we build it back, it starts to come back. And there'll be fluctuations and everything, of course, which is very simple, right? So we just go through and we're like, okay, here we have all this. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We build it up and it starts to grow. Some of them, like explainer video production, which ties into a big market, which obviously explainer videos are very popular. This one bounced back really good, and a lot of the rankings are starting to come back. And what we'll see is, okay, now instead of waiting forever and hoping that it ranks, this is one where I can put it up, and bada bing, bada boom, it's going to get picked up right here in Google, and I can promote explainer video stuff. How many of you guys are getting this, where we're basically just pairing the niche and the domain with what's going to make money? So like in this, I would promote, whiteboard video software, AI tools, animation software.
That's a good domain.
That's a really good domain. Yeah. No, I was ready to pay like $3,000 for this one, but I got it for $560.
Oh.
Yeah, I was very happy with that. And the cool thing about it is we could build it up and use it, or like the one that we're using together, which is the WP City one for WordPress stuff. This one is badly neglected. We need to build it back up. But again, it did start picking up some rankings that I otherwise probably wouldn't be able to get. So like this WP Site Care, or Genesis versus Elementor, which is all specific to this kind of stuff, which gets us traffic and grows and everything like that. It looks like this one. Where'd we go? There's a lot of WP sites out there. Site Care. Yeah, which is good for competition resource. Yeah. That's a good one. Oh, you know what? I think my site might have had an error on it, which is probably the reason for that. Let's see. It had an error for a couple days, so it's probably just fluctuating. But you'll see that it's a lot easier to get these than just starting from nothing. There we are there. Does that make sense to everyone? Type head start if you're like, oh, this totally makes sense. And how many of you guys, maybe you have a high ticket niche, or maybe you've been with me a while, or maybe you're just starting. How many of you guys want to learn how to do this from zero to like getting rankings and getting traffic and hopefully profit? Type challenge in the box if that's you. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk to you about how to do that with this setup. And I'm going to give you guys this link so you guys can follow along. This is a challenge. This is our first call just to see what you guys think of it. We are going to have the actual challenge shortly. I'm going to give you guys a way to get a head start on that challenge, because I think having the head start is what's going to help you. We're like just setting up a blog or whatever based on whatever you think, not always the best way. And some of the examples would be like this one for dust-free rooms, which is actually a pretty good one. We have the content for it, dust-free rooms. Again, getting something that had some kind of traction, right? It'd be like, do you want to go not know what you're doing and start a restaurant? Or do you want to buy a restaurant that already exists with an owner who doesn't know how to turn a profit? That's what I want. I want undervalued assets that I can build up. And that's what this is all about. The first step you're going to do is obviously start your hub site. If you guys don't have hosting, definitely start there. That way you have that ready to go. And I'll give you the link for this. It'll walk you through it. Again, even if you have a different host, this is going to help you because you're going to be able to follow along exactly, which I find this is the kind of thing where, like, if they're not following along exactly, like how many times a week are we getting a web host that's like, now I have to relearn this stupid thing, and it's a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just slows everything down. And in the business and in AI, you can't be slowed down. Like, you need the accelerator on. We can't be messing around with things that don't matter. We need to focus on things that do matter. And so what we're going to be doing in this challenge is Valeria is going to pick domains. So one of the ones is the Pinsgrow. That's one of them. We're also going to pick some others that we have where we're going to go and look at it and understand, okay, why is this working? How do we build it? And we'll get one that has like a lot of traction, because the Pinterest one is good, but it's kind of lacking.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the greatest, not like a zinger. So we're going to go through and use that. How does the challenge relate to bootcamp? So bootcamp is like the robust of the robust of the robust. The challenge is something that we're doing for all of our students to learn this process. So if you have bootcamp and you go through the challenge, I think it's like double, like pretty cool. It's good to go through both. That way, like, people who get a site from us learn the process start to finish as well. And they have something that they're working on as well, which is really cool. And when we start to look at this and say, okay, what is it that we want our site to do? That's really where it goes. Now, one of the things that we're doing, if you want a head start in this process, is I have a bunch of domains that are basically ready to go. And all we need to do is put something on. So like Bible's Hearts, this is one I bought the other day, where if you are in the Bible's niche, you could go through and you could build this up. It had traction, it had ranking. Again, all we'd have to do is build that back up and think about, okay, what am I going to do with this? I can make Bible content on Pinterest. I can make it on Facebook. I could pretty much do whatever, and think about like this as our hub of our business. Does that make sense?
That's a good domain and an easy domain.
Easy.
To
Yeah.
and create content.
Oh yeah. With
You
AI,
just need
this
to copy
is
and paste what the Bible say.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And use the King James version, because that one's not copyrighted. All the others are copyrighted.
And for faceless content, it's good.
1000%. If you want to do faceless content, which we'll touch on in the challenge. Obviously, we can't go into like everything in detail because it's kind of like an easy one. But going through this, like if you had all of those, like Valeria explained, like if you have the domain, you have the SEO traffic, you have the faceless content, maybe some Pinterest pins that lead to the faceless content. What you're doing is you're building an asset on multiple fronts, and you're going to be a lot farther ahead than just people that are like, I'm just going to put content up here with AI with no rhyme or reason and hope that it works, or try to sell 1,000 affiliate products. Now, this is going to be something very specific. You're going to find one really high paying thing, and then boom, there you go. Does that make sense? Type challenge if that makes sense to you. And if you can, where do you find yourself getting stuck in the process? Let us know. And if you do want a head start in the challenge, my best recommendation is get one of our fast rank domains. To show you the examples here, and we made them ridiculously inexpensive. Some of these I'm actually losing money on because I've had them a while and I've been registering them. But we want to make it to where you're getting something that'll start you. Now, this is an example list. This is not the list. Some of these might be on the list, but this is just a sample snapshot. The idea is, let's go and build something like Bible Hearts, right? Where boom, I can do faceless content. I can do like this one. You can grow on Facebook in like a week. You just need to post and share and get good content out there.
We should try that domain.
This domain, you want to try this? If there's a Bible person here who wants it, we'll let them get it. But if not, we'll try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to fight for that domain because I want to.
You're going to fight for it. Okay. Well, Larry's fighting for that domain.
I'm joking.
But yeah, that's a good one where, you know, now it might be page heavy. I don't know, 237. So that does have a lot of pages. Biblical meaning of Ryan. Ryan.
Ryan.
What does Ryan mean? Let's see. There's no meaning.
No.
Ryan has no meaning. But yeah, understanding that is key. Now we're going to have a Facebook group where we're going to start talking about this as well. Feel free to share it. But yeah, with the quick rank domains, what the idea is to get a domain that's established, build it up and make it work. Alan says, started indexing, not indexing posts. Google only allows 10 at a time. Yes, we did a video on the Google update, which it'll pan itself out. What they did is they changed the way that keyword tools can read their content. And so we're going to go through and look at that. But again, it's not too difficult. Will site mapping get rid of this problem? I don't know what issue you're having, Alan. We'll take that question towards the end because it seems like a little bit more detailed one. But with these specific quick rank domains, the idea is to get something fast, right? So if I go through and I look at some of the domains we set up recently, let me see if I can find some here. Like Septic Health, did we have that one? I don't know if that had much with it. I think that was just a good name. But what you'll see is they start to pick up fairly quickly. Let's find one that has. It's here. These might be too new. But what you'll see is they will start to pick up fairly quickly. Let's get one that's been up a while. These are all like very recent. Let me get some that are like a little bit more. Yeah, so see how this one picked up? So a better truck driver, it was struggling. We threw content on it. This one was done May, June, and boom, it started going for different keywords and stuff like that. But you'll see that they go through fairly quickly, okay? So really good stuff. If you guys want a head start, let me know. What I did is I made it just super, because you're gonna build them, so we don't have to build it, which is cool. But going through and looking at that is super, super important, right? How many of you guys want that head start with the challenge? Because there's going to be a lot of people that go through this challenge. I think probably have several thousand that go through it. And if you want a head start, what we'll do is we'll get you a domain that we know has the best chance of getting picked up. So if you're interested in that type head start, Marty says, Valeria, you could buy Best New Testament. Well, let's see if this one's any good, because a domain is only as good as what you do with it. So see, like this has nothing. So this would be a completely pointless buy. It would be nothing, right? Because it has nothing on it. So what we're looking for is a head start. How many of you guys see the difference between this and the Bible one we have, right? Do you guys see the difference where it's like, oh, yours had a head start. It already had something in Google, Bible Hearts. Okay, do you guys see that? Like, okay, this one had traction where it had 244 pages already indexed in Google and all kinds of stuff like this, right? Does that make sense? The difference between the two? Robert doesn't understand what not indexed. So not indexed means Google doesn't even know your site exists. So watch, I'll show you. So if I go here and I do site : Best New Testament, okay, this means it is indexed, but it's not ranked. Okay, does that make sense? So like this is indexed, but if I go aromatic text, bring the New Testament, okay, if it shows up for this, that means it's ranked. So we see Wikipedia logos, all this other stuff. It is not ranked. It's just indexed. Okay, does that make sense? So Google knows it exists, but it doesn't think it's important enough to rank, or you have the keywords mismatched.
Like it doesn't have any value for anyone.
Yeah, it's just a new site. Like if I went and got my elephantranaway.com, brand new domain, no one ever owned it, I'm in the same bucket. Now, when we're doing the head start, now you're starting with something that's like, oh, here we go. Like for me to get Economics Explainer up to where it is today, it'd take like 3 years and probably a lot of money. So most people, they ain't got 3 years. If they did have to wait more than a couple of months, they're going to get antsy and give up and try the next thing. That's where the info overload comes in. So what we're doing is we're kind of like buying a business or asset that's already there. Okay, type asset jumpstart, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it depends of your goals. But I think like all that we are here, we want to make money fast and see the results.
Yeah, and that's the key. Like you're not gonna get like the number one question I get is how do I make money fast? Like how can I, like we had someone on the call last week and she's like, I need to make $1,000 by the end of the month. And I'm like, well, what are you going to do for it? And they're like, I don't know. I did this and whatever. And it was like, well, you need to really focus. And I think in the age of AI, if you don't focus, you thought you got run over before, get ready. There are literally 1 billion people in other countries that are doing this right now. Like you scroll Facebook, you scroll Instagram, you see the reels. 90% of that content is written by people over in India. And there's unfortunately a lot of people, they're content farms. There's no ethics. It's garbage, it's junk, but they're kicking our ass. Like straight up, they are kicking our butt. They're making money. And that's the end of it. So I think what we need is we need to get something going because otherwise you're just going to get run over, right? And you guys feel that, right? You're like, yeah, AI is moving really fast. People that get it, get it. People who don't get it really get left behind. And that's what this is about. So if you want to do that, what I've done for this call, just for you guys, is I have a list of fast ranked domains. These are domains that I believe will rank fast. 99% of them usually rank fast. Some of them struggle, whatever. We try our best. Obviously, nothing in life is guaranteed, but we do try our best to get you a good one. What we usually see is that even if they don't pop up right away, it will give you that boost, usually. And sometimes, like some of them are actually ranking now, which is usually a plus. Like if we do Aquarium Inside, we have not started building this one yet. But I think some of the rankings are still there. Like if we were to go here and do today, right? So this is today, nothing super high ranking on that because it has started tapering. But sometimes you'll see they will have rankings today. And if that's the case, then like it'll literally rank today because it is ranking. And that's what we want to do is build something that's going to give us that momentum. Taking a look at a couple others. Let's see what else we have. Let's actually just throw a bunch of these in here. Let's see. Let's aquarium. Actually, you know, I think I could probably just take like this list here or something. And we'll go to the profit scoop. And we'll go to domain extractor. Boom. And then we should be able to put these in here. And what we're doing is we're looking for stuff that, one, will give us a head start. And some of these, like there was one I saw about, did you ever hear about a death pup glider? It's like the weirdest, it's like an animal, I think. And I found this domain that just, it had a ton of social media content. And a lot of people ask me, they're like, well, Marcus, you know, this site has all this social media content. And I'm like, that's a good thing. They think it's bad, but I'm like, no, that's a good thing. Because even though we don't own those social media accounts, they're pointing at us, giving us traffic. So it's kind of like,
yeah, free traffic.
Free traffic. Yep. And that's why sometimes I'll go and buy a super expensive domain. So like Honest Souls, this is a shoe domain, I believe, or footing or something like that. This one actually does have rankings now. And, again, sometimes you got to look and see if they're still there because it is a little bit behind. But sometimes you'll see, okay, where did it get this? Where are the backlinks from? How did they, there they are. So see how that's ranking now? So like if this was the domain you got, how long does it take to rank this domain? Well, the minute you own it, because there it is. You would rank for our Yeezy's Comfortable. Now, this shows us the index versus ranking where, okay, it's indexed with no content. So it's saying, hey, this domain's valuable enough. It has enough traction to where we're going to rank it for this, even though there's nothing on it, right? Because there's nothing on it, just some, buy my domain kind of thing. Next, when you look at, is it actually ranked, you're going to look at the pages and you'll see that page show up because that is ranking now. And you got the Yeezy, whatever Yeezys are. Do you know what a Yeezy is?
Yeah, the sneakers.
What kind of sneakers? Are they like cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to see what a Yeezy is. Let's see what a Yeezy is. Hopefully it's nothing weird.
No.
Yeezy shoes. Shoes. There we go. All right. So that's what a Yeezy is. And we can see our ranking here. So once this page is back up, that'll get indexed and ready to go. The list of domains we are working on, this is a sample example. Obviously, some of these are taken, some of them are not included, but it shows you, hey, these rank. So what we're going to do is to give you guys a head start in the challenge. I made it ridiculously inexpensive. You can get as many as you want. And what'll happen is you'll go through, get a domain. So this is just for the domain. If you want Valeria to set it up, you can do this. However, the challenge is designed to teach you to.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can build a site for you.
She could build it for you. So if you do want to take the easy route, you can have her build it there. But otherwise, you're just getting the domain. And a lot of these, like, I'm not making much on these. We just have way too many domains, and some of them will help you rank quick. And that's the idea. So what you're going to do is you get a domain. You can either get your own or you can get one from us. One from us is giving you that head start of like, I don't need to go buy them at auction. I know that Marcus's domains are based on niches. I know that they have some rankings. They're kind of like vetted and vetted pretty thoroughly. Like I only buy what I like. And you'll see that in the examples where it's like, oh, hey, maybe I could go for, cheap grills or whatever it is. And I think this one might be taken, but I'll show you as an example where you go through and use that. Again, we will have a list of the ones that qualify for this because obviously, we have to pick the ones that fit. But this one had rankings for different Weber grill stuff, which is cool because now you can build this in the direction of grills. And what it'll do is it'll help you get started. Okay, so how many of you guys want a head start? Type head start and I'll drop the link in the box. We'll walk you through the process. I think everyone should go through this process. And I think even if you have an HTN being built, this will show you how to do that process on a domain. And I think that's super important. We'll get you some of the plugins. We have a lot of you guys are in Blog Profit Network, so that'll work, which is cool. Does that blog challenge include the domain sites I already bought? So the blog challenge is free for everyone, right? We're going to do, here's your blog challenge. You're going to follow along with the challenge. So you could go through that. It's going to be public. You'll see how it works. The head start is if you want a domain and the direction. So what the head start does is it's going to go through and give you direction. And it'll show you how to set this up on your own, which I think in the age of AI, learning to set this up on your own is a very, very important skill because it's going to teach you what to do on your other sites as well. So the link is in the chat box. You can go there. You can see super inexpensive. If you do want us to build it, get you some content. I think we're doing a little bit of content on this one. You can do either or. My recommendation would be, if it was me, instead of getting the setup, I'd probably get 3 domains. That would be my recommendation.
You can do that and build the sites with us.
Yeah.
In the 7 days.
Exactly.
like step by step.
Exactly. And that'll show you a lot of the things and teach you, like it's going to force you to learn, which I'm a big believer of being forced to learn things, because unless I'm super interested in it, I won't do it on my own. Like I have to be forced. Like when I first started my business, I wanted to learn SEO. Are you familiar with SEO? It's ranking and all that. And instead of like going out there and taking a bunch of courses and winging it, I went and I sold SEO services to businesses, because there's nothing to motivate me like having something I need to do. And if you have a site that you need to set up or should set up, part of a challenge, I think that's going to force you to learn what you have to learn quick. Does that make sense? We'll go over a couple of forum questions. Yes, I wanted to kick this off as understanding the best starting point for a blog, in my professional opinion, and I've been doing this a long time, is starting with that domain that has something, right? We want to start with something. Like, how do we go out there and build something that's going to work? How do we see it through? How do we focus? How do we look at that? And so Valeria, with you, when you're doing your domain stuff, do you want to walk us through the process of like, okay, like how do I know if I was to get this site or the Pinterest site? So let's do the Pinterest one just to kind of show you. It was pinsgrow.com. Can you walk us through this here? So we commit to it now, and then you'll send us the domain list soon. Yes, we're working on the domain list. We will have it this week. Okay. So Valeria, walk us through, like, do you want to show them the process?
The process.
Like, so what I want to know is, you have this domain Pinsgrow. So you're like them. You're like, okay, I got this domain from Marcus. It's supposed to be good. What is it? How would you go from like, what am I going to do for the first 25 contents?
Okay, but what I would do, of course, I will start with the keywords and the research and everything.
Mhm.
But I also like to see what people are doing in the same niche.
Okay.
I like to.
Do you want to?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Walk me through it then. So
Yeah, I like to, because if I think that I'm going to promote my site on
Mhm.
social media,
Mhm.
I would like to go to that, I don't know, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok, Pinterest, and see what people are doing, and see if how can I improve that, or how can I do that the same, and see what is working and what is not working. So that way I can have a clear idea of how to build my site. Like, as you always say, we need to have a good strategy to follow. So that way I can imagine or start building my strategy. Like, if someone is doing something that works, I can copy that. That's easy. That's the first step that I would do, because I want fast results.
Yes.
So I can copy, and then I can try with new ideas, new content, new topics about the same niche. But that's what I would do.
Okay. I like this, because what it does is it answers a lot of questions about where would we go from here. So I think where a lot of people are stuck, like Robin says, how do you know which pins are working? Well, we would look at, let me have you answer that first, and then I'll back up that answer, because I have something, but I think I want to hear your idea on that first.
Okay. Oh, how the question?
Yeah. So like, how would you know which Pinterest pins are working?
Okay. If I search on Pinterest about one topic in a specific, and I can find a lot of pins about that, I think that is a good sign. Because
okay,
if people are doing that or talking about that, it's because they are more people interested about that topic.
Okay. So you would go here, grow digitally, look at stuff like this, see if they have. So
yeah, see the comments, see if people are saving the pins,
Mhm.
if yeah, that's, you can see like 15 people likes the pins, and you can see how many people save that pin.
Mhm.
You can have an idea.
Got it. So you're basing it on the data of, yes, these people actually are getting traction. So this one's nothing.
Nothing.
So she's got nothing. She's got a lot of followers though. Might be her hair meal. So now she's all over the place. What we're doing is we're making something very tight knit, something very, very focused. So I think the concept does work, but what we need to do is have like a multi-pronged approach. So like this one, let's see, Julian purpose templates. Okay, so Notion. So if we did one just about Pinterest growth, that would work. And then you can actually see, if you go to SimilarWeb, you can see how much traffic they're getting from the different sources, which is cool. But looking at that and understanding.
But I'm sorry, Marcus.
Yep.
You can also Pinterest has a tool. The name is Pinterest dashboard or something like that, and you can find keywords about that topic and see if that keywords are ranking or
Yeah.
that way you can.
Sean, I think your cat got on your computer or something. You all right there, Sean? Okay, how do we make him not type? Do we have to do each one? Yeah, Sean, maybe check your computer. I don't know what you got going on, bro. Hope you're all right. But yeah, understanding where you're going with your market is super key. And then understanding where that domain's going to go. So like on the Pinterest one, what I would do is I would start looking at a strategy of like, okay, can I do systematic things? Like, how do we mute someone? It's getting in the way. Is there not one up here? Oh, that's only the host and panelists, so nobody else sees that. Okay, we'll just leave it. It's fine. I can get the gibberish, but there's someone that's just commented like a ton of different like gibberish characters. So there's that. So yeah, looking at the domains and understanding where we are taking them and where we're going to go with them. So like the pin grow, I would also look at like a sideways content strategy of like, what are good Pinterest niches? That would be a good one as well. Maybe even think about, could I make AI tools for Pinterest things? So this is where you're going to learn how to learn with AI, which this is the skill you need. Like hands down, you need this yesterday. And that's what we're going to do with the challenge. And that's why I want the domain thing to go well, because if you guys get the domain, it's going to teach you to learn, even if it's not your primary cup of tea niche. This is going to help you. So when we go through and say, tell me about the Pinterest growth for business market, it'll go through and it'll tell you what this is like. And then I'll go through and say, what are the top Pinterest niches? And what we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to use AI like a business person, because I think a lot of people are not using it the proper way. And this is how I use it. And this is where you get ahead, where it's like, okay, I can have this running the different niches, and then I can think different. Like, what are outliers in content that would lead me to what I want? So in business, a lot of people post like income reports. So what I can do is I can say, find 100 plus people posting Pinterest income reports, the site they own and the niches they are in. And then what we can do is I could turn this into a complete membership site where I help people with Pinterest, much like there's membership sites for like YouTube, where they will look at data on YouTube, find titles and thumbnails that do really well, put those in a category and be like, oh, hey, now you can look at what does well so you can emulate it. With Pinterest, same kind of thing. Like, oh, here's the niches, here's the things, here's the affiliate offers, here's how you build a business in Pinterest. And if we do this, Manos will go through and do it. And just to show you, this is the exact same thing that I'm doing here, where I'm getting 500 different blogs based on income reports, which is going to show me the niches, which is now sideways content. And that will work. Like, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Right now we're doing that. That's why you're seeing on YouTube, my last several live streams have been super boring overviews of like, here's 50 prompts, here's 100 terms for affiliate marketing defined. We're doing that so that we could break it up, and it works really, really well. Alan says, I just got a $500 client from IRS Decoder. Why does it always happen during your meetings? Because I'm the money guy. I mean, that's just all there is to it. You got to hang out with me more, and then you make money. But at any rate, that's a joke. But yeah. But that's what you want to do, is look at that and understand, hey, wait a minute, I can do this. Also, if you guys, how many of you guys are in Blog Profit Network? Type BPN if that's you. This blog challenge is a way for you to promote it and get sales. So if you guys are interested in that, get a domain. If you want a domain to promote BPN, we have plenty of those as well, which is really cool. So understanding that is key. So let me get you guys the domain link again here. Again, this is just for a domain. You can get as many as you want. If you want more than like 3, tell me so that we can make a link for you. But this is something where you will learn the process along with Valeria and myself. And Valeria is really good at being able to ask the tough questions that I don't know you guys struggle with. So she's kind of like your advocate, where she's going to go through and be like, hey, here's what I struggle with. I'm sure these other people are too. Here's where I got stuck. Here's something that's not working for me, or here's something that did work well for me, or here's a little hack that I found that makes something easier. Those are the things that we want to look at and really focus on in the 7-day challenge. And I think having that 7 days is like, you're kind of putting yourself to the test to be like, I have to learn it, because in the age of AI, you have to learn this. I think you guys are finding that, it's going to pass you by. Things are going to get more difficult. Like, here's one for Christian Faith Living, where I'm sure this has some kind of this got backlinks. So here we have traffic, 10 pages, upside down cross meaning. That's some good traffic, and that's really easy Pinterest traffic and social traffic, where, I mean, if you look at this, I'm sure there's going to be images coming up here.
I built that site, right?
Did you build that site?
I think so.
Let's see.
No.
I know we had a similar.
The content, maybe?
The content, maybe. Let me check the FTP. FTP. Christian Faith Living. .com. Yeah, so you did. We're just waiting on his links or whatever. And we did a Pinterest strategy on that one too. But again, looking at your niche as a whole, understanding like, you need to build this out as a business, not just, going through that. Robert says it's going too fast. What's going too fast? Present age. Oh, totally. Yeah, I think it's going way too fast, and unregulated too. If we just get a domain, what info do you supply to help build the site? So on the challenge, we will help you with it. With this, you'll get the keyword report. So we'll get you the keyword report on your domain. So you would get something like this. I think we can also get you the bulk content uploader plugin, which, you want to tell us about that? I know you've used it like way more than I have.
Yeah, it's a plugin that help you to upload the content faster. For example, you can create or you can get from us the content, and you just put the content on the plugin, and that's it. You can match the URL, and that's it. In minutes.
Yeah.
In minutes, you can have
Where it used to take
25
like
content
hours.
on your, yeah.
Yeah. And that's one where the tools that we have in Blog Profit Network and some of the ones we'll be doing with this challenge, and we'll give them to you with the domain too. What's going to happen is it's built on the way that I teach. So like we teach you, hey, this URL needs to be exact. Like, I don't even care if it's misspelled here, it needs to be misspelled on your site. It has to be exactly on point. That's what the plugin does, is it'll take your content and it'll help you match it. Got the site and content already, interested in training. What I would do is, I mean, the training is going to be available for all, but I would start on a domain like one of these, because what it's going to do is it's going to force you to start from scratch. And I think that's super, super important. Okay, any questions on that? The challenge is going to start probably next week. I think we'll promote it really good on social and then maybe start it next week. Do you supply the list of links in the domain for us? Yes. So what we'll do is when you get a domain, once you choose it, we're going to go through, get you this report, and it'll have all that data on it. Okay. All right. So we'll get you that link. Again, this is first come, first serve. So if you want the better ones of the list, definitely join that now. For the rest of you, this will be a good training that we go through and help you. I'm going to give you guys this link so that you can join the Facebook group. Make sure you get hosting if you don't have hosting. All of that stuff there will work. Is this challenge part of AI Profit Scoop? It is. Yeah. Yeah. So this will be part of what we're going through here. We'll record it. AI Profit Scoop members will get perks and tools that normal other people don't get. And I think it's going to be really good because we're going through it all together. And I think that when we go through it together, we figure out the issues and the kinks and the stuff like that.
I'm gonna take a picture with the social media.
Okay. What do I need to smile? Or wait, let me switch this screen. There you go. Now you're good.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. How come I'm so dark over here? I need the light. It's like an alien's gonna take me up there. All right. Let's see. Let's get some questions while you guys are getting signed up there. And let's see what else we got. So I got 107 pages not indexing from Google, but it looks like they haven't tried since May. What site is that on? Permanent tax links? That's tax liens. That would depend on where did you get that report? And is this spelled correctly? Premier.
No.
No.
Premier. Premier.
There you go. Let's see. He's given me a bunch of them. There we go. Okay, so this one had 35. So got a spike here. Where did you get that report? So if we don't see a domain we like, what then? You'll see one you like. If you don't, I mean, I'm not going to charge you for something I can't deliver to you, but I have 2,600 domains. I'm sure you're going to find one you like. New reasons preventing your pages from being indexed. Google Console, some of the pages on your site are not being indexed due to the 404. Yeah, so that's a 404. What I would do, did they give you the list of those pages? Yeah, so the page is no longer, so you want to build them up again. When will the list of domains be given to us? We're going to work on it today. Alina's not here this week, so it will be a little tougher, but we'll work on it today and the rest of the week. If you do want it expedited, just put in a ticket to Tina and maybe tell her some things you want in a domain, like, hey, I don't care, I just want one with a lot of backlinks, or whatever it is you want, and we can take it from there. 2,600 domains in the 97 range. 2,600 total. Not necessarily 97, but I have 2,600 total. There's probably 1,000 in the $97 range. Yeah. It's a crawled pages I'm worried about, actual posts. So if they're crawled, then I wouldn't worry about it, but I would try to get your old stuff back. That would be super important. But yeah, we'll find, I mean, if I have domains for everything, and I can find you one too. If you're like, hey, you know what? I want one for, like, we have a guy right now, we're trying to get a domain for like a specific notary thing. And I'm like, okay, well, you got to wait because those aren't always, you know, they're not always there. So, you know, you have to kind of look at it from there. So, all right. It didn't crack, did it? It fell. Your phone fell. Okay. Where can I find your JSON prompt that you shared on YouTube? All of the notes, you could just go to affiliatemarketingdude.com, and I think it's search the notes. You could search for them here. Just put JSON, and you'll be able to find all the notes. Forum questions. Let's see what we got on the forum. How do we sign up for the challenge only? You're going to go to that page and follow the instructions. So first you would get hosting, join the Facebook group, and post a comment. Basically, my question, is there an easy way to reindex the post without typing in instruction 105 times? Why would you type in instruction 105 times? So like you can go, this is a gray area. Some people would just go to Wayback Machine and get the site the way it was. You could do that, or just go to Manus, give it your whole list and say, make some simple pages on this, upload them, boom, you're done. And have Manus make a sitemap. Let's see what we're doing. Tuesday call, there we go. So run a tool. Yeah, you could run a tool on that one. Okay, Robin, I'm working on a recipe generator API with Manus. Any feedback? Okay, so are you using the Manus API, or are you just using Manus to make it? You're using the Manus API? Okay, I'd like to see how that goes. I haven't tried theirs yet. It may not be completely working. Okay, looks like it needs the API there, but that's okay. It's a good start. Okay, where did it go? Oh, I had it open. Oh, you know what? I think it was here. Okay, Patrick, I'm creating an AI-enabled web tool with Google Gemini. I heard one of your videos that you could hide your API. Yes, use a proxy. Ask Gemini to make you a proxy, upload the proxy to your server, add the API once it's on your server, boom, you should be good to go. Also, we are going to be having a tools class again. If you guys are interested, type tools. I know a lot of you guys are getting good results with our tools stuff. The last one we had was off the hook. So if you are interested in that, type tools. We have some pre-orders for that. That was one of the most successful classes we have ever run since like the beginning of time. And last time we had Alina teach with us for the first time, and it was insanely good. If you want to pre-order that, this link, tools pre-order, this will save you $500. So use that now. Automation class has not started yet. Sometimes Gemini forgets to create htaccess file. You don't usually need an htaccess. I mean, you can, but yeah. Jeff, I'm part of Bootcamp. I have hosting an additional domain, so the only thing I need to do to join the Facebook group to be part of the challenge. Yes, and watch your email, because we will have a lot of email. The tools class here, again, this is the pre-order for the tools class. This time around, we have some stuff that we're going through with vibe coding that we haven't taught before. So if you are into making tools with AI, I cannot stress joining the tools class enough. Marty, Tina said to reach out to add, how do I add a video I made to the top of the landing page you built for me? So depends on how you're doing. Are you here, Marty? It's a nice looking site. Valeria, is this one you're making, the top air purifier? It's really nice looking. Good job. Yep, right here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I like it. It's really very nice looking. Like I would buy something here. It looks like a breath of fresh air, no pun intended. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, so Marty, how are you going to be, like, where are you going to host the video? YouTube, on your own site? What are you doing? Makes me want to paint leaves. Are you a painter too? I've been an oil painter for, God, 30 years. Maybe a little bit longer, 30, 31, 32 years. I used to love oil painting. It's in the media library. Oh, okay, cool. So let's log in. I'll show you how to do video. Pretty easy. Where do I log in? Your WP admin didn't work. Okay, so it's in your media. So what you're going to do is you could just paste it. So if you just copy this and paste it into a post or page, let's say you want it on the home page, edit. If you just put that in here, it should recognize it. See how it turned it into a video? And then once you're there, you could change the code and everything for the sizing, but that will just put
indoor air quality is
super simple. What about the top of the landing page? What about it? Like this, you haven't really made much of a landing page, but yeah. So I don't know what you mean about the top. And again, if you're interested in tools, 1000% pre-order that tools class, because vibe coding is the future. I said it in 2022. I'll say it again. Last time people didn't want to listen to me. Hopefully you guys have learned from that. Well, some people listened to me and they did pretty good. It works. It works. Yeah, Alan's making sales left and right from the tools stuff. What did you want? You wanted me to look up one of your sites, didn't you, Alan? Okay, next up. So top air purifier, Marty, we good? And then if you wanted to change it, autoplay, just ask ChatGPT. Just give it your link, right? So you would give it, copy the link, and then just say, ChatGPT, make this smaller, make it bigger, make it autoplay. After it plays, make it go to this URL. You can do whatever you want. AI has changed the game. That's why everyone needs to be in the tools class, because it's insane. I wanted it at the top of the opt-in page, not home. Well, now you can put it wherever you want. So I don't know where your opt-in page is, but if you put this wherever that is, all you need is this line. And then there you go. Okay, Premier Tax Lien / tools. And Marty, or not Marty, Alan, what are you up to now off of your tools? How much clients have you closed? So it does have something peaking there. Oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, in this tools class, so you're approaching 33 grand. Not a bad ROI. I'll tell you, for a $500 tools class, that's not bad at all. Again, results not typical, implied, or guaranteed, but we're teaching straightforward stuff. So that tools class, I mean, I cannot stress enough how important that is. And I'll get you guys the link again. Last time it was packed. I mean, this one always sells out, and I don't even try to sell it because people want this stuff so bad. But that'll save you money. Matt says tools was awesome. So yeah. And we're going to teach you how to make tools for businesses too. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. New reason preventing your pages index not found. So you need a list of the not found ones. Matt says it completely changed up how I'm doing stuff. Awesome. Yeah, and Matt will be here. I don't know. Did we find a time for you to get down here, Matt? I know Joe's coming in October, and you guys talk, right? I think you guys do. When will the following class, tools class? October, it'll start probably towards the end of October, and there'll be some perks along the way. Okay, so the old carers site. I've created a new post. I also made a tool, not AI enabled. The tool is to show the carer their pay is gone. Can you explain? So the undervalued asset would be a domain in your niche. Honestly, what I would do is start seeking out Facebook groups of people that are talking about taking care of people. Share your tools and tips in there. You will get traffic. Just share good stuff. Like don't focus on getting the link or the traffic or whatever. Focus on really helping people and learn. Like a lot of people don't realize it, but sharing in a Facebook group and helping out, it's going to teach you more about your niche than many other things do. And it'll be fast too. Yeah, and then when we sell the tools class officially to the public, it is going to be $9.97. So if you want that, make sure you get that now, because that is a doozy. All right, I think that's about it for the forum. Any other questions? Facebook, it's hard for me to take the dive. Outsource it. Yeah, because you have the margin where you can outsource that. And also you could like just make content about your tax stuff. And the tools class, I think we do 5 or 6 sessions, so it's in depth. Password for HTN forum, that would be a question for Tina. I can't really share it here because then people who are not HTN people would get it. All right, guys. I think that's about it. No other questions. Let me get you the link. So there was 2 links we did today. One was for the domains to jumpstart you. They are what I call quick rank domains, high probability that they will rank pretty quick. Janar, yes, I can check out your domain. So that's the first offer. Second offer is for our tools class that is coming up. This will save you $500. So if you're interested in it, go for it. I'm actually kind of excited. I was going to do it with a previous person I did the tools class with, but I like having full control of it. And that's what I decided to do. So it's all in-house now, which is going to be great. So yeah, use that link. Okay. Do I have a training on Facebook? I have an older training on Facebook. Yes. We're thinking about bringing it back. So yeah. And actually, Valeria, do you like Facebook? No? Okay. Then I won't have Valeria help with it. So a couple years ago, we had a course with this like guy who was interesting, and he wasn't like the greatest guy to work with, but he was making a lot of money on Facebook, and I want to share what he taught. It was basically how to make money posting memes and images on Facebook. And it did wildly well. It was fantastic. Like a lot of people got a lot of traffic quickly. And I kind of want to bring that back because I think Facebook is a really underutilized traffic source.
We can make a social media.
I think we should. There's a couple people I want to get involved in it that I'm seeing do really well. So I'm reaching out to them. That's something we will have in the future. Here's the tools class link again. So make sure you get that if you want to save. And then, yeah. Cool. Oh, where's the, did I give you guys the domain one? I think I did. Yeah, here's the domain one. And those $97 domains, those are, I mean, if you see the value of what there is with what's on like, you know, GoDaddy or whatever, some of these are really good. Again, not all of them. This is my entire list, but like ZoomBot or something, that could be one. And that's probably, I would think GoDaddy has a good, good amount on this one. ZoomBot. Sell that to like some robot vacuum company. 1,400 bucks. So like, I mean, if that gives you a head start and it has a value, I think that $97 domain thing is kind of a no, and this would be a no-brainer. Cherry blossom flower string lights. So this is all about like products, which is pretty cool, which is great. Alan, did you have a question for here, or are you wanting to get us on live chat, or what are you looking at? You just got another appointment. So you guys need to join the tools class because Alan is just getting sales like left and right. So you got what, 2 on this call while he was sitting here? And that's basically what he did. So he set up IRS decoder the way that we told him how. He made little tools and boom, there it is. I mean, pretty simple. This is like the simplest thing ever. You're not even using WordPress. This is just what? Would you use Gemini? I think this is a Gemini one. But yeah, that's why I can't stress the tools class enough. Like it pays for itself over and over and over again. That's like, if you could take all the skills away and just give me one, that's the one I'd want. Rodney says 40. 40? What says 40? Shouldn't say 40. Yeah, Janar, let's check your domain. Is this one pretty clean or is there weird stuff on it? I ordered us some AI Profit Scoop ones too, Valeria. Okay, so this one here, back in the day, it had some traction. So it's got different interesting stuff. I would use it as like, I don't usually do adult sites, but you could use that for not the adult content, but like things adults use, if that makes sense. But that is a good domain. That's why I bought it. All right, guys. Any other questions? We got a couple of minutes left. You have a video course on creating digital marketing agencies, like for local businesses. You have a video course on creating digital marketing. So if you're interested in that, there are a handful of students that I have taken. I think we have 4 so far, maybe 5, where I'm actually building that with them. So yes, but it's a custom thing and it's not cheap, but you are working with me personally. If you're interested in that, type interested and we'll get you the info. I think I have 5 other people that we're working on that with. But I mean, it's like you're legit building a business with me, which is cool. All right, guys. Well, I think that's about it for today. Interested because I trust and been with you for years. Okay, Fernando, let me see if I have a link for one, and I'll get you the link. What we'll do is we'll get you the link, sign up, we'll have a call. If you don't like the idea on the call, we'll just void it out. If you do like the idea, we'll proceed. If that sounds good, I can find you a domain. Let me see here. It was this one. Yeah. So this is the domain that's tied to Clive you're interested to. So let's get this to Fernando. So Fernando, just use that now. We'll schedule a call with you. I'll tell you the idea. If you don't like it, we'll just void it out and we'll go from there. And that actually has a little bit of a discount on it. It was more last time. So that domain happened to work. Clive, you're interested? Let me see what I have here. And Clive, yours. I'm going to give you this one, Clive, because I know what you've been doing with the custom GPTs, and I'm gonna put yours with that. Because here's what I do, and a lot of people don't know this about me. I try to find you the best thing for you. Like I am on a one-track mission where I'm like, I want the best chance you have of making this work and making a business. And that's what I'm doing. So when I talk to you guys on phone calls and I listen to you, I'm like, okay, this is where I need to put you. And I'm one track. I'm looking for that one thing that'll work. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. And I'm like, okay, this will work. You can do whatever you want, but this will work if you listen. Clive, I'll send you this link. Let me know if that works. If not, we can do something else because I know we've done different arrangements for you on other stuff. But yeah, those are cool because it's like we're just building a business together. If you get an error after the domain page, I'll check on it. Let's see, whose was it? Rodney. Yeah, Rodney, it looks like yours didn't work. You'll want to do it again. It did not charge you, so I don't see that on there. Is there going to be a follow-up class for the folks who got one product sites? We'll teach you stuff on here, but there's not going to be like its own class. It'll just be bundled with AI Profit Scoop and stuff like that. All right, guys, any other questions? We got 5 minutes, and then I got to go on another call. And then Fernando, yeah, let me know if that works. And if you do get that now, let me know because I need to schedule the time to have our call. All right. All right, guys. So use those links. Definitely don't sleep on the Clive. What do you need to make it work? Just tell me. You've been with me long enough, so we'll figure something out. I think I can make a link. I will try to multitask. Would 3 work? Where'd it go? This one. Okay, yeah, open or go on live chat because I have everything open now. So if you could do it on live chat now, I'm there. It'll be faster. Yeah. All right, guys. So thanks for being here. Use those links. Don't sleep on the tools class. That is a game changer. And also those domains are good too. So have fun. We'll see you next time.